So we're here today to take a look at the much misunderstood MSR Access 2 4-season tent. I say much misunderstood because it's a commonly thought to be inner pitch only, and we're here today to find out that that's no longer the case and has never been the case. So stick around. Okay, so there's two ways of doing this. I'm going to show you first of all the way that I was shown by the sales rep and demonstration rep from Cascade Designs. Cascade Designs are the parent company of MSR and they're based in Dublin. I was lucky enough after retiring to get a job for a short time in an outdoor store, one of the big outdoor retailers here in the UK, and I'd previously considered the Access 2 as a tent to replace my great but heavy light wave winter tent, and I was attracted to it because of the size of it and the fact that it just did everything that I wanted to but saved about 2 kilos in weight, so that was a big attraction, and the bulk. But I discounted it because of all the marketing that I'd read said that it was an inner pitch only, and it wasn't until the rep from Cascade Designs came into store one day and I went to watch him doing a demonstration of one of the MSR stoves, and he had also got one of these and said, did you want to learn how to pitch this? And I had a discussion with him and he put me right, saying it had always been intended to be a really flexible tent that you could pitch either way you wanted. So Cascade Designs are based in Seattle, which is one of the wettest parts of the States, and we live in Yorkshire, one of the wettest parts of the UK. And he said it's a perfect tent for the UK and especially for the Peak District and where you're going to be using it, because you can pitch it out to first. So I'm going to show you what he showed me, and that's using the now discontinued footprint for the Access 2, and I'll just show you a close-up of these. Attached to the guy lines where you peg it out are these, which are the same as are on the inner tent, and they allow you to pitch the poles and locate them into these steel grommets, alloy grommets. So 4 pegs, 1 in each corner, just get it taut, that's all you need to do, nothing fancy. I'll show you those later. Right, poles. And one of the great things about this tent is the poles, the composite poles. They're not made of alloy. They're a wonderful, resilient material that is supposedly virtually indestructible. So there's a lateral pole that goes across the middle, and that's the pole that everybody seems to have a lot of trouble with. And if you look on the internet, you'll see numerous hacks for being able to pitch that pole at the same time as these. You don't need to. So my instruction for today is to forget about that one for now. Then if it's raining, forget about it until you're under cover, because it's not necessary. So just lay it out on the ground as it assembles. And if it's windy, it's even better to be able to do it this way. So that's it. Pole assembled. Go to one end or the other, it doesn't matter which end, and locate the tip in the poles. You're quite close to being under canvas now. So that's it. The next thing is you get your outer. Now at this point, let me just share with you another tip from Cascade Designs. These are the grommets that go on the poles. No matter what order they go on, but the ones that go at either end, if you put some white tape on and it's dark or it's raining, then you're in a bit of a trouble. It'll make it so much easier to find the right way of putting this out. Another tip is if it's windy, I would have this, which is the centre for this end, the guy out point, clipped to my rucksack, and I would start with my weight on this, and I'd put the feet under first, and then it's simply a matter, it's inside out, just feed it over the top. Until you find the other two at the other end, underneath the feet. And at that point, you can put your bag in, everything can stay dry, there's no drama. The next thing I would do, especially if it's windy, peg each end down. Don't worry about dressing the poles yet. Peg out the vestibules. And then you don't need to do anything. If you don't want to, you can sit in there and make yourself a cup of tea and wait for it to blow over. But if you do want to pitch the inner tent straight away, just lay it out along the centre, and from the inside there's no need to get wet at all. I'm going to come to this corner first, and it goes under. You can stack them up in any order, it doesn't matter. Then I'm doing this one. You can start to clip the uprights in place as you go. Next corner, there we go. You don't even need to get your back wet, you can have it zipped up if you really wanted to. Another way you can do this is you can do that side from that vestibule all the way up to the centre, then come round and do this side. And I'll show you this pole. It's the one everybody gets worked up about. Which goes to the top, do this side as you go. That's it. Get it on the seam, into the corners. Perfect. let's just say you've got a universal inner, which is all MSR, I believe all MSR make now. It doesn't have that, but it has this guy going through this webbing. So we've got to replicate that, and simply the easiest way to do that is if you put a simple 1 or 2 overhand knot quite close to where the webbing is. So don't forget that's not there, it's just that. Foot of the pole will go through that hole generated by that loop, and that's all you need to do. So these are commonly found on Amazon and eBay. They're called Tarp Pullers. They do what they say on the tin, basically. They'll grip fabric, often tarpaulins or sunshades, that kind of thing. Just slide it between the two pieces and then knit them together, and it'll pull. And it won't give way. And the tent pole tips will go in the hole. But you don't need to worry about it because you've got the proper aluminium MSR gripper for the pole on the inner, and that's all you need. And all the reviews that I've read say the same. It's inner only, and we've just proved it's not. Have a go, see what you think.